I understand what you're thinking when you click on this video. We don't know for certain until Nintendo makes an announcement, or if they don't make an announcement. I guess we'll never really know for sure until the end of the month of February, or until we get to April for the Switch 2 Direct. And you know what? Yeah, I would love nothing more than for Nintendo to look at videos like this the second they go up online, and then they just decide to say, you know what? Fuck you. We're gonna make a Direct. Bam! February Nintendo Direct, suck on it. That would be a win-win for everybody. Everyone at the end of the day wins when there are more Nintendo games to play. And yeah, the last full 45-minute Nintendo Direct we had was June 18th, 2024. It's been a very long time since we've had a full-fledged Direct where they announced a lot of games like Mario and Luigi Brothership, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, and all of those games up to now have been released. As far as we know, there are no real first-party Nintendo Switch exclusive titles that are slated to come out in the future. I say that knowing someone's going to probably pause this and comment down below, which you should do for engagement, by the way, that Metroid Prime 4 Beyond was announced at the last Direct. And look, I hear you. We both watched the same thing, but if you're going to look me dead in the eye and tell me that Nintendo is not slating to make a Switch 2 version of that game on top of the current Nintendo Switch version, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Maybe that's a little harsh, I don't know. But all the speculation and everything and all the rumors about a February Nintendo Direct, it's got me thinking that it just doesn't make much logical sense to have one. And here's why. We have an April Direct that's going to showcase the new hardware, the new generation of Nintendo, and then we've also got the software that's going to come with it. We're going to have launch titles. We're going to have games that are in a launch window for the console. And yes, having a Direct right in the middle of February, right in the middle of the wait between the announcement of the Switch 2 and the remaining time to wait until the Direct for the Switch 2, it would be a perfect place in the middle for Nintendo to be like, all right, guys, yeah, we're showing off some first-party Nintendo games. We're saying goodbye to Nintendo Switch. It was a great ride. Sayonara, onto Switch 2, buy a Switch 2. And they can wrap up or even start off that Direct being like, hey guys, remember, everything that we're announcing today is going to be available on Nintendo Switch 2 because we have almost full backwards compatibility with the exception of like Labo and I think like Ring Fit Adventure probably. And I think it's safe to say everybody unanimously adored the last June Direct. That's an incredible feat to have, considering how there is always one group of Nintendo fans that will look at a Direct and be like, this was the worst pile of steaming dog shit I wasted 45 minutes of my life watching. And I don't think there was any of that with the last June Direct. That is such a high note to end the Nintendo Switch generation on. But let's just think here. Do you think they're really going to outright say that they're saying goodbye to Nintendo Switch? And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, of course they're not going to go outright and say that. They didn't do that with the 3DS when it came to the Switch. And yeah, you're right. They kept the Nintendo 3DS going in Nintendo Directs until the end of 2018. And then they started to slowly fizzle it out. And its very being started dissolving in front of our eyes around the first half of 2019. They kept that thing alive for a really long time. Naturally, the same thing is going to happen with the Switch and the Switch 2. Games for the Nintendo Switch 2 have been in development for at least over a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years. While that Mario Kart footage in the reveal trailer didn't look all too impressive, you also gotta remember, Nintendo didn't upload this in the resolution that Nintendo Switch 2 is likely going to be playing at. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, that's even if it's not going to be a launch title, it's going to have a Switch 2 equivalent version. Just looking at the last Nintendo Direct we got in June at that gameplay, which I'm on the believing side of that was gameplay from the original Nintendo Switch. and it looked gorgeous. And it's really impressive. 2015 hardware making games look that freaking stunning. There's also a whole thing with Masahiro Sakurai, who's been developing a new game for a while now, and I'm a firm believer it could totally be a new Kid Icarus game. It could be an Uprising successor, which I personally would love. I don't know how it performed on the 3DS financially, but everyone who played it seemed to really love it, and I don't see why they wouldn't give it another shot. There's bound to be something new with Kirby coming soon. I think 3 years ago already was when the Forgotten Land came out, and that was a whole new landscape for Kirby, at least in terms of like 3D linear platforming. That's not something that Kirby's really known for. It's not something he did. It was very new, it was experimental, and it worked super well. And I think that the Switch 2 is the perfect place to really give Kirby an open sandbox like Mario Odyssey. Very open world playground for Kirby. I think that's perfect. At the end of the day, I would love another Nintendo Direct. I would love it. It would be fun, and I would record my reaction because it would be fun. I wanted to record my thoughts on this before it was too late, and Nintendo already set it in stone whether there was going to be a Direct or not. And I've also got 2 videos on the back burner right now that I'm actively writing that I'm excited to share with you guys at some point, not related to Switch 2. And of course, right as I'm getting to the end of editing this video, Nintendo announces that 9 a.m. will be the start time of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. I think that just further solidifies we're not getting a February Direct. All right, I gotta stop squatting now. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Comment down below. Are you considering getting a Switch 2? What's stopping you from getting a Switch 2? What was your favorite first-party Nintendo Switch game during the Switch exclusive generation? I would love to know your thoughts on that. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video, leaving a dislike would be cool for engagement, but it wouldn't be good for, like, my morale. So do with that what you will. And comment down below any recommendations of what you think I should do here. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.